Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Donald Trump is demanding Democrats come back to Washington to issue stimulus checks. Democrats say they're already coming back. The Problem Solvers Caucus is having a big meeting today. And at the end of this video, I'm going to go through notes on a new giveaway that we're doing. To date, I've given away over $40,000 during this pandemic, and I want to bump that up. So we're going to start doing a daily giveaway, and it's going to be very good. So stay tuned to the end for that. I'll also have a note on stocks and real estate. Welcome everyone. This is your Me Kevin Report, where I report news that makes you money. All right, folks, let's get right into this. Republican leader of the Senate, Mitch McConnell, stated today that, quote, nothing is lost by members in DC leaving for recess. When he was asked why Congress was leaving during a crisis, nothing is lost by them leaving DC. Okay. Then he went on to say, after all, quote, there's the magic of telephones. Is it just me, or do the politicians in Washington not even hear themselves speak? Because they sound utterly tone deaf most of the time. It sounds so bad and disconnected that I actually found something that's totally the opposite of this tone deafness. The Prime Minister of New Zealand has delayed their election by 4 weeks due to a surge in coronavirus cases. According to data, cases in New Zealand are up 260% in just the last 4 days alone. That's right, cases have risen from 5 to 13. Meanwhile, the United States is almost under 55,000 cases for the day. All right. This definitely makes me want to remind you that you could still get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes via the link down below. Heck, you could also get 2 free stocks when you deposit just $100, and you get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400. Donald Trump spoke with reporters at the White House lawn before boarding Marine One, that's his fancy helicopter, and demanded that he wants to see Pelosi and Chuck Schumer come back to Washington to approve stimulus money immediately, give payments to the people, and issue more PPP funding. And of course, help the post office with more money to run properly by funding them. This is a really interesting tactic by Donald Trump because he's asking that Democrats come back to work after they've already said that they're coming back to work. In fact, yesterday, Nancy Pelosi announced that the House would come back to Washington later this week. This is kind of a clever tactic by Donald Trump. Nancy Pelosi officially called Democrats back to Congress to vote as early as this Saturday on maintaining the Postal Service's functions, as they were at the beginning of 2020, all the way through January 2021, preventing Donald Trump's new Postmaster General from acting on changes he seeks to make, like cutting overtime and removing mail sorting machines, which he says is being done to increase efficiency, but others say hampers mail and particularly election ballot sorting. The bill that they would vote on would be called the Delivering for America Act, which prohibits these particular changes through January 1st, 2021. Nancy Pelosi started a new hashtag in honor of this, hashtag Don't Mess with USPS. I don't know if she was trying to rhyme, but she missed that one. This is the first time, by the way, that Congress will also be in session during a national convention, but honestly, given that we're in a pandemic, I don't really care. Get back to work and focus on helping people get some money. This legislation would obviously require the Senate to sign off, which, as we know, Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, is known as the Grim Reaper. That's because it seems like every time Democrats in the House pass a bill, they go to Mitch McConnell's desk to die. Now, there are plenty of nicknames for Crazy Nancy as well, so I don't want to make anybody feel like I'm taking sides. I'm just saying there's a good chance Democrats are going to pass this bill in the House, and it's just going to end up dying in the Senate. This is pretty classic. On stimulus checks, there's a lot of hope that if Democrats return to Washington this week, they might consider a compromise bill to finally push through a proper stimulus plan, including stimulus checks. However, this compromise is unlikely to come from the leaders, Pelosi, Schumer, Meadows, and Treasury Secretary Mnuchin. Instead, we should keep our eyes on the Problem Solvers Caucus. The Problem Solvers Caucus is reviewing their plans to find a compromise deal today on discussions through another bipartisan phone call. That must be the magic that Mitch McConnell is talking about. But anyway, if the Problem Solvers Caucus can find a solution this week, then yeah, in theory, the House could go back to work, pass a new bill on stimulus checks, unemployment, and other stimulus-related items at the same time as they pass a bill for the USPS. Now, right now, that is just a long shot. That's just hope. We don't know that something like that is actually going to happen, but it could happen. keep an eye on that. And also keep an eye on the Problem Solvers Caucus. I have a feeling we might get some progress from them this week. By the way, the DNC is today. That's right, the Democratic National Convention, not the procedure. The event will air from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time every day between today, Monday, through Thursday. You can watch the streams through various ways, including YouTube streams, obviously news channels, and here's a new one. You could literally ask Alexa, play the Democratic National Convention. The first speaker is supposedly going to be former Governor John Kasich. He's a Republican, and this has actually never happened before. This is kind of like the LA Lakers having their opening game celebration, and they announce, to get the party started, here's a player from the Boston Celtics. Seems a little odd. Bernie Sanders is also scheduled to speak, but apparently he's the warm-up act for the more popular Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is more popular than Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and J-Lo combined. But then again, Michelle Obama wasn't the one who said, quote, Trump's calculated dismantling of the USPS proves one thing clearly. He's well aware that we don't want him as our president. He's chosen to blatantly cheat and put millions of Americans' lives at risk in an effort to hold on to power. But see, like I said, that wasn't Michelle Obama. That was actually Taylor Swift, who sent a scathing and political tweet 2 days ago. You know, I think this is where some Swifties might be saying, you need to calm down. But the real concern now is, will the DNC operate flawlessly and actually unite Democrats, or will it get hacked by a Russian teenager from his bedroom streaming illicit things while telling you that Elon Musk will match your Bitcoin donation if you click the link down below? This is especially concerning since speakers are expected to pick their own virtual background while they speak. To me, this sounds like something that's perfect for a hacking scenario. Imagine this, Joe Biden standing in front of the palace at Pyongyang, North Korea. Bernie Sanders with a fire tornado behind him, which apparently actually happened in California. Or worse, Kamala Harris talking about Trump and a meme of Trump behind her shouting, "You're fired and make America great again." There's also the real possibility of seeing Nancy Pelosi talk and suddenly a background of Mitch McConnell's bedroom coming up. Okay, all right. You got to put some of your own ideas in the comments. I had to do it. On real estate, U.S. home builder confidence is up substantially with a reading over 78. This is way higher than the 72 that was expected. It is actually a record high in the 35 years of the readings, or of this sort of home builder confidence tracking. Apparently, lumber prices have also doubled, which could pinch profits at the home builders, or they'll be forced to increase prices. Real estate interest rates have also ticked up over the last week, in part due to Fannie and Freddie's new fees, and Treasury yields ticked up at the same time. On stocks, and then we're going to get into the giveaway, I've updated the new 1337 group of stocks that I love investing in right now. You'll see that linked down below. It's metkevin.com/1337v4. Tesla is the largest holding today, and as of right now, Tesla is up a flat 8%. COVID saliva-based tests have been approved by the FDA, and they promise faster testing. The NBA uses these in their bubble. The bubble playoffs start today, by the way. On COVID, we also have in Oklahoma some students going to school after testing positive for COVID, now forcing the entire classes in some schools to quarantine. Regular stories, by the way, keep coming up about folks who've had COVID and then they end up with like long COVID symptoms, which I really feel terrible for folks who have these. For example, Eduardo Rodriguez, the #1 pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, who's 27 years old, says he now feels 100 years old because after 20 pitches, he's burned out. Some doctors are actually blaming this on heart damage that COVID has actually been causing to some who fall ill with the disease. Honestly, this sounds really terrible, and my heart goes out to anybody who has long symptoms after COVID, or obviously anybody who has more severe cases of COVID. Moving on, I think we should talk about the giveaway. So here's the way to do it. Go to metkevin.com/giveaway 8/17. So we'll kind of have a different date every day. And then I will announce the randomly chosen winners in the late stimulus update every day. That'll be the plan tentatively. We'll start with the giveaway in the morning, and then we'll announce the winners in the afternoon or evening hours, depending on where you are. The giveaway is a stimulus check a day. So I'm gonna do that by dividing that into 6 giveaways. So that way 6 people will get $200 every day for about the next 30 days. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if you like it. You know, maybe we'll do 2 weeks. We'll start with 2 weeks, but the goal is to go as long as 30 days while Congress is on recess. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this stimulus update. And folks, we will see you next time.